Okay. Hey y'all, if y'all are on the replay, go ahead and hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. Looks like 5 people already came through to hit the like button. Probably I had a schedule, and most of the time, you know, if you have the schedule, people will come through and like it ahead of time. So yes, y'all. If y'all on the replay, make sure you hit that like button. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, okay? Let's see. I'm trying to just pull the live up on my other device so that I could see everybody in the comments. Now I have found out I have a 5th person. Well, I didn't just find out. I forgot about a 5th person that I can't see that YouTube has me blocked from. I don't think that they're blocked on their end. I'm not blocking them. That's 5 people, y'all. And I just don't know what to do about that. Maybe I need to call. I think I'll chat with YouTube to ask them, when you have that problem, what can you do to fix it? That's what I want to do. Like, I know I checked all the lists. I checked the list on AdSense and YouTube. This is weird. Why is my thumbnail not on here? Hold on one second, y'all. While we're waiting on people to come into the chat, let me just check this. I don't know why the thumbnail is not on here. Let's see. Studio. Content. Live. See if it'll let me put it on there. It's gonna do it. Man, wait. No. That's not the right one. Oh, I gotta have the, okay, hold on one second. Oh, I want to have the device. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna probably have to change it later. Dang. Okay, I'm not gonna save it. So I think let's take it off. Dang. And I put it on there. That's weird that it didn't save in there. Maybe I put it in there and didn't save it. Okay. Well, let's see. Let me see. Let me go to the live stream, see who we got in here. We got one person watching. Let me see if that person came down in the chat. It was Sarat. I should have known it was you, Sarat. Hey, Sarat. What you doing, girl? Let me see. Sarat said, welcome new and old subscribers. Yes, if you are here, not subscribed, please do so. We appreciate your support to the channel. Yes, Sarat. Let me go back to the, I'm trying to have all the devices lined up right here. So I got this device over here so that I can see all of the people who are blocked. I got that in check. I'm about to put it over here on my computer so I can zoom it, blow it up in my face so I don't have to be squinting in y'all face to see the comments. Actually, I need to probably go from the other. I probably need to go from the other page or here. Is that right? The right page? Hold on, y'all. Wait, hold on. I gotta change something. Because I'll forget later. Wonder why I can't get in here. Oh, it went back. Okay. Okay, I was about to say. Let me see if it'll let me sign into a different account. Switch accounts. Okay. How y'all doing today? How are y'all doing today, y'all? Why is it not showing that I'm live? Hold on. I hope I have absolutely no problems with my Wi-Fi, y'all. I haven't been in the last couple of days. Okay, there I am. I haven't been having no problems with my Wi-Fi the last couple of days, so I'm so happy about that. I don't know what was going on, but I'm hoping everything. Oh, let me turn it down. I hope that everything is okay today. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Let me blow it up in my face. Okay. Okay. We got Sarat in here. Sarat has welcomed everybody. Gubs Girl said, hey, at work. But saying hi, hitting the like. Thank you, Gubs Girl. I appreciate you for that. So I said I'm good, working and listening. Okay, okay, good. So yes, okay. So we gotta. I hope I can get at least 10 people in the chat. At least 10 people. We'll see. We'll see. I made a mistake and scheduled the live for tomorrow. So yesterday when I thought I was giving everybody a whole day, I thought I was doing exactly what I was supposed to do. Angie came through and asked me yesterday on my last night live, was it at a certain time? And I was like, is it saying that when I went in, it wasn't the right time? So I fixed it last night. So last night I'm thinking it's fixed. So I happened to look at it and it wasn't fixed this morning. I'm like, Lord. So I think I was only able to give like a 15-minute notice. So that's why I hope people get a chance to come in. I'm not vertical, I'm horizontal. So that's going to eliminate like the trolls and everything. Well, to a certain degree, it should eliminate any trolls or people just trying to disrupt the chat while we're trying to have a topic. Oh, okay. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm just about to share it really quick. Let me share it and see if that might get a couple people in here. Create. Talk about it. Okay, I'm gonna share it on both my pages. So we get started, y'all. We are about to talk about the fact that people do not. Where's my charger? People, a lot of times. Oh my God, the charger's way over there. Oh, it's not even plugged in, Lord. A lot of times don't want to see us heal. Why? I want to talk about why is that? Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm just trying to get to the right page and share it before we get started. Okay? Let's see here. Okay, so now I gotta get the live. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. I hope y'all having a good day. Thanks for everybody who's coming in. Again, if you are on the replay, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe if you're not, and make sure you like the live. The hype feature is not available now because we're here right now, but if you're on the replay, it should be available to you now. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I was trying to share the live. Let me share it right quick. And then we're about to get started, y'all. We're about to get started. Okay, so if y'all saw the title, it said why people don't want to see you heal. Why do people not want to see you heal, right? Now, listen, y'all. Hold on, let me see who's in here first. So let me get down here. Some red. Dimples. Hey, Dimples. Sweat said misery loves company. That's why you think it because misery loves company. Okay. I guess. Sweat said I guess she don't know. So, okay, thanks for everybody who's coming in. Hopefully we'll get a couple more people in here throughout the live or whatever. I hate when I'm trying to go through a whole topic and people are not here in the beginning because I feel like, dang, when they come in later, I wish that they have been here to hear what I said prior. But okay, I got to get out of thinking. This is not no classroom. This is not a classroom. So people are going to come and go, and they're going to come in late, not come at all, and all of that. Okay, but anyway, so this is the thing, y'all. Let me set this so I can make sure I see the comments. This is like literally the thing. Like when y'all come over here, hey Tilo, when y'all come over here to It's Gamma's world, it's like I don't want to have it where I feel like, oh, I forgot to put my finger off. I don't want to have it feel like I think I like know everything. It's not that I feel like I know everything because I know I have the direction of my channel is like always trying to teach, even if it's through a short or did you know or something. That's because my background is in education. That's the reason why, y'all. So it's not like I think I know everything. It's like if I feel like I don't know something, or if I start to think about something, if I get curious, it motivates me to go get the information on it. Then when I get the information, I'm motivated to tell somebody about the information. So just like I was thinking the other day, I hadn't had any issues with that, with why people act the way they do when people pass away. I just thought about that. It just came out of my head. And I'm thinking like, yeah, why do people act like that when people pass away? So then it gets me to want to go find the research. But then I never want to sit on the research. I'm like, well, I got to have a whole topic so I can tell everybody. And that's because my mentality or my personality is really like a each one, teach one kind of thing. And so I have that kind of thing that I have to get off of myself. I've had to like project that onto my family and friends before I did YouTube. And so now I have YouTube and I feel like I have an audience that somebody might be interested in the same thing I'm interested in. So when I go learn about something, at least it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more people who might want to know about the same thing. So that's the reason why I have that type of approach when I'm talking about topics. So y'all don't think I'm running around here crazy. Just I want to share the information that I learned myself. So let me see. Tilo made it in. Dimple said, Grandma, you are glowing. Emma, thank you. Thank you, Dimples. Let me see. And everybody else is speaking. So, yeah. So, we have this topic. And I hope y'all get a lot out of this. I hope you get something out of it. Even if you are not on a healing journey, I hope you might know somebody who is on a healing journey and either share this live or either tell them about what you found out in the live. That's my goal for the live that I'm hoping for everybody here. Okay, so I don't know, like I said, I don't know why people don't want to see people heal. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. It just came across my mind when I was looking. I think I was looking at somebody, probably another content creator. I don't know. And it was something I had to be looking at, some kind of article or something about healing, right? And then it popped in my mind. I wonder why people don't want to see people heal. So I didn't know any information on that. In my real life, I don't have people that's just like not want to see people heal, me or nobody else. I don't know anybody with a personality that would try a toxic stance or have a toxic stance on if someone wants to heal, right? So I don't know nobody, and I don't have that kind of personality type. So therefore, I had to go get the information for us, y'all, so I can figure out why people may be like that. And then we'll talk about it, and then maybe somebody can get something out of it. Or maybe if I come across that situation in my life, I'll be able to know how to approach it. Like, just when you learn the different stuff, it doesn't always have to be that you're going through the thing right there. It could be a message that in somebody's live stream or something that may stick in your mind. You might not need it for another 5, 10 years, but when you're ready for it, you'll have some kind of foundation to like try to cope with whatever it is, versus never have had addressed it in any kind of way that's totally new. That you got to figure out how you're going to cope with it. So I just hope when y'all come over to my channel that when I'm stopping to actually have a topic, y'all get something out of it for you, somebody else, or something you could come back and reference later on in your life. Let me see. Hey, Caitlin, you made it in. So, yes. Okay, so the first thing I want to ask, we know we talked about why people don't want to see you heal. So the first thing I'm going to ask is, were you ever in a position where you notice that you start healing and then people start acting funny? Have you ever witnessed that for yourself or somebody else? Let me know. Like if you had a little sister and her best friend or somebody, another cousin her age starts to act funny when it seems like they were on some kind of healing journey. It could have been in relationships. I don't know what their self journey, self-awareness, something like that. Weight loss, weight gain. I don't know. Y'all put it in the chat. Let me know. Thanks, Caleb. Thank you. Y'all let me know in the chat. Have you ever come across that situation with yourself or somebody else, right? Because, you know, it might be like all of a sudden, you change. You distant. You know what I'm saying? Or you think you know everything. Or you think you're above me. Or you think you're better than me. Those kind of things where they start to kind of like mock the whole journey that you're on. Or the person that you might know went through this. They might just start mocking the journey in itself. Anybody ever came across that? The reality is that, no, the thing is that you're just not broken anymore. It's not like you're thinking that you're better or anything like that. It's just saying that because you're not broken in that area anymore, you are moving in a different way. And it does not mean you think you're better. It don't mean that you're being distant. It doesn't mean that you changed in no kind of way. You're just in a different space in life, right? Hey, Pretty Brown Eyes. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Sarah said, hey, Kayla, yours truly said, hi, got my chat listening while working. Okay, thank you, yours truly. So, yeah, so if you will, I'll leave it open. If you've had that situation, you can type it in, I'll read it, or whatever. I know some people are at work and can't do a lot of typing. So, so we're going to be talking about why people don't want people to heal and what it really says about them, like when they start having a problem with you healing, what it really says about them and what it says about you too. But it really is a message from them. It's a good message from them that you need to know. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have ever been in a situation where you can even be the person who actually felt some kind of way. You could have felt some way about somebody heal. You seeing them heal, and you could have been the person who's now feeling a certain way. Like, it don't have to be the other person feeling that way. It could be one of us. We could be feeling that way. Sarah says sometimes it makes them feel a certain way when you change negative ways. They supported for so long. Absolutely. Hey, Corey. Absolutely, Sared. Sared, that's in my notes. I'm so happy that you said that. Okay, hold on. So, yeah. So, like I said, you could be that person. They could be that person. But it's usually, it got to be like a person feeling like this about another person. Not everybody is like that, but I'm just saying somebody got to either be feeling like that about you, or you got to be the person that's feeling like that about them. I'm hoping that y'all are not the people that feels like that about them, because we don't want to stop anybody's healing journey. That's the last thing we want to do, because if anything, you want to get closer to them, because if you have any areas in your life that can help you heal, right? Let me see. I think everybody, Corey said, hey, everyone. Sarah said, hey, pretty brown eyes, yours truly, and Corey. Okay, y'all speaking. Okay. So the thing is, when people start to heal, they start to see things differently. They don't have to necessarily be seeing a person always differently. They might just be seeing something in its entirety different. So, like, say if I'm on a weight loss journey. If I start seeing that different, and if I had people who lived in my house, and if they just kept bringing stuff in the house that I didn't want to be tempting me or something, that don't mean I'm trying to say that I'm being better than you. It's just like I'm doing something different, and I see things differently now. Like, I'm breaking down what the sugar really do, what the carbs really do, and it just means that I'm making a change, right? Let me see. Corey said people's hearts are cold these days. Yes, they are, Corey. They are. It's just that people, okay, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. Okay, so it's not that you've changed. You just grown awareness for something. It just means that you're aware. Like, I'm not knocking nobody who eat meat, but for me, when I became aware, and when that type of awareness was bothersome to me, it's not bothersome to everybody, but when that particular thing was bothersome for my life, I said that I want to be on a journey of no longer eating meat. I don't try to project that over to my family, not my daughter, not even my grandkids. They know they're not going to get a lot of meat here. But last night, I air fried some chicken for them. I'm not trying to project that over to them. I want them to get the information like I get the information. If it does not bother them, that means it's not anything they would have to be changing their lives. That's a personal thing. That's not a group of everybody should do this thing. Okay, right? So healing doesn't mean you don't feel things anymore. It means that you respond to them different. It means that you just respond. Your response is going to be different. It don't mean that you just don't feel nothing about it. You just going to ignore it. It means that, no, my response to whatever it was that I feel like I needed healing over, my response to that thing is going to be different. Let's see. Everybody is speaking. Okay, so what's something about you? Y'all tell me, what's something about you that changed once you start healing? Like, if you could think, and then drop it in the chat while I'm talking, if you could think of a thing that you healed from, what changed once you started the healing? Like, okay, say let's take my weight loss, 'cause I'm trying to talk, y'all know about my weight loss journey. So I can probably identify with just this journey while I'm talking today, right? So, what's something about you that changed? I had to like do more meal prepping. I had to literally like get up and do more movement. I got to be more mindful. I try to meal prep more often. I try to buy less things and put them in the house of things I don't need. So things start changing. So if it's anything that you are trying to heal from, put in the chat what you did, or what kind of change did you have to make, or you saw about yourself once you started to want to go on the healing journey, conscious or unconscious, okay? Serena said healing. Your response will be different. Just your response to it is going to be different, right? Heartless. Your change was becoming heartless. Corey, is that what you said? Tell me if that's what you said. So, okay. See, the problem comes in where the change that we make makes some people feel like really uncomfortable. The change we made, like you would think that, okay, I'm doing this for myself, I'm just going to do this or whatever. Like literally, I'm going to keep going to my journey right now, the weight loss. Or no, let's not do the weight loss on this one. Let's do me being a pescatarian. Me being a pescatarian make my family feel so uncomfortable. Like all our family gatherings, some people get heartless. You're right about that, Corey. Yeah, that can make you hard and it can harden you. But like if I go to a family or they invite me to a family gathering, they're like, okay, yes, okay, I want you to come this, that. And I'll be like, okay. And then I'll be like, I know I gotta make some of this with no meat. And I'll be like, you don't have to make nothing with no meat. Like do whatever you was gonna be doing. Trust and believe it'll be something there. Trust me, I find the food I need when I get there. And they're like, no, because I know you don't eat meat, so I'm making spaghetti. But you don't have to make a spaghetti. First of all, I don't even need the spaghetti. Don't worry about that. But I know y'all gonna have like some kind of greens. I eat greens. Well, I probably won't eat them if you cook them with meat, but normally people don't cook macaroni and cheese with meat. So I'm gonna grab the macaroni and cheese. I don't care if I gotta eat just more of the macaroni and cheese. I don't need nobody to try to like change anything for me because it's my own personal journey and I don't expect for anybody else to conform what they do because of that. Like that's it, that I would feel that I'm being inconsiderate. Like you don't change nobody's whole menu just because you're on a journey about something. It's not what they do. You're invited to their event, so you just change your response. It has been times where my son and I will go somewhere to one of the family gatherings, and we know they are meat eaters, so we will stop and get our food, or either I'll make our food and I'll bring it in containers, and we'll go with our family, and we'll just have what I made for us. So we didn't have to make them feel like uncomfortable in our journey. So it's just like, no, we already know that. We already know it's going to be limited. I'm going to make sure we have our stuff. When we get there, we have our stuff. And that's just it. It didn't bother anybody. Let me see. Guarding my heart. Okay, Corey said the change that he sees in the healing journey that he was, something about him that changed was guarding his heart. That's a good analogy. And I'm sure that happens a lot. I'm sure that happens a lot in the case of when you've been brokenhearted. That's the thing you do. You change the way you let people have access to your heart. Sweat said it can make some people, wait, hold on. It can make some people see things in them that may not, but they may, wait, hold on. It may, dang, this thing is right in front of here. Okay. It can make people see things in them that they may not like, but do not want to change it or know how to, or they might not know how to change it. So don't read my notes over here. That's what it sounded like you did. It sounded like you read my notes. Exactly. Like it may highlight some things about themselves if you change. Like if I don't feel like losing no weight and I'm with my cousin or something and she losing weight, okay, if I know that she don't want to go to the restaurant no more, she's like, no, let's go to the gym. And if I know I don't want to get my big ass up and go to the gym, I'm going to feel kind of uncomfortable because it'll be like, well, I don't want to be like this no more. But I could possibly be like, well, I wanted to go to that restaurant we talked about. So, like, it makes me feel uncomfortable. Now you want to go to the gym. I don't want to go to the gym. You know, that kind of thing. It can be anything that can highlight the things that they may have within themselves. So they don't want to participate in that change because of that reason. Pretty Brown said, I'm guarded as well with everyone. See, Pretty Brown? Because of circumstances. So that's in your healing journey. When you're in a healing journey, that's why you become guarded, because you're trying to make those changes for your own self. And that shouldn't hurt anybody else, because that should be for you and nobody else, right? Okay, let's talk about why people don't want you to heal. Why is it they don't want you to heal? A, they benefit from your brokenness. It's their benefit. If you're broken, like I literally saw something on TV. I forgot the name of it. It was two roommates. It was a series. And one of the roommates did not want to be dieting, and the other one did. Both of them were really heavy or whatever. And so she really like was having a conversation with her, like like upset, saying like we can't even bond over food no more. Like literally out of her mouth, she just said it. We can't even bond over food no more. You don't want to eat in the rest. Like literally just letting her know exactly how she feel. Like I probably would have been too embarrassed to say that even if I was thinking it, but she was letting her know. So her brokenness of being in a restaurant that she don't need to be in either, her friend was a benefit to that at that time. You were benefiting me, so I didn't have to go in the restaurant by myself for a sneak or do anything like that. You were thinking like me, and we both went in there with the same intention. And I could feel good about my brokenness. I can feel good about the fact that I'm sitting up here knowing I shouldn't be in here. Okay, so benefiting from your brokenness is one of the reasons why. That's the reason why. I'm just one. Hold on. I'm just one of your intelligent friends. Okay? She said, no, I don't know your notes. I'm just pretty intelligent. I know that's right, Sred. Okay. So under the fact of being a benefit to their brokenness, some people only know how to exist around your pain. Say if I got together with someone that lost a son, and our bond was really over talking about our sons passing away or whatever. That's how we created a bond with each other, right? So then when you say, you know what, this makes me feel like this when I continue to talk about it all the time, I think I'm going to be on a healing journey from that and to see how I can remember him and, acknowledge him without it being on the forefront because of how that makes me feel, right? And if the next person is saying, no, their healing might be in talking about it every day. So if you try to like move away from that kind of, remembrance and they still need that, okay, so now they only existed with you. Their whole existence with you was to be a place where they could share all their feelings and emotions with you on the same topic. Okay? So now they only know how to exist with you if we're talking about our sons. Like, we didn't talk about nothing else. I thought we were going to be talking about this every day, right? Okay, so that's when you know that some people only exist around your pain, whatever your pain might be. Okay? They liked you when you were broken. Like when you were broken, when you were in a way, when you were quiet, you ain't have nothing to say. You let them feel the way they want to feel, express all their feelings. You ain't have nothing. You could just be the dumping ground for anything that they need. Why don't it just? You could be the dumping ground for anything they need. When you didn't set boundaries, when you always said yes, like, long as you don't have no boundary for me, yeah, we good. Yep, you ain't telling me I can't call you every day. So, you said when I cry in the middle of the night at 2 o'clock in the morning, I could call you anytime. So, ain't no boundaries there. So, when you have no boundaries, you good. When you were always saying, yes, can you meet me right now? I'm so emotional. Can you go to the graveyard with me? Or can you do this or that? And you just said yes every time to be with that person because you don't want them to feel like something. When you did all that, you're good. But the second you start saying you want to be healed and that healing journey is going to have to take you in a different direction, it's usually a problem. Let me see. Saret said, they benefit from your brokenness. Yes, thank you, Saret. Pretty Brown Eyes said, so people thrive off you not being happy and whole. They can. And sometimes they can do it and not even realize they're doing it. And when they do it, they don't realize they're doing it. It means that they need a healing journey because they can't even recognize what they're doing because you're not even asking them to be a part of the journey. You're just saying, this is what I'm doing, and they have such a hard time with that they will want to stifle you from doing that because they are so broken. So, like, they can do this on purpose. Like, they can try to sabotage your whole healing journey on purpose, or they clearly cannot even be able to recognize that, and they can be doing it unconsciously. People only know how to exist against your pain. Yes. Yes, Pretty Brown Eyes, Saret said yes. Okay, so when you stop being their emotional punching bag, when you don't, like I said, let those calls come through, when you say, I'm not spending 10 hours a day talking about this conversation no more, I'm not going to do it. When you say that, you're weird. You're acting weird. Like, why are you acting weird? You wasn't doing that before. Now you got to be acting weird. You acting weird once you stop. Let them talk to you crazy about any doggone thing. They want to call you up and talk to you. It ain't even got to be nothing crazy. Like I said, somebody might need that. Your journey will just only be different from theirs. They may need to talk about it every day for the next 5 years. That might be what they need to be able to even exist in the world, which would mean that works for them. But if it doesn't work for you anymore, you don't have to stay there and be the punching bag to keep getting knocked out with things that are making them feel good. You don't have to do that. You can just start your healing journey. Thank you, Candy. I appreciate you for that $1.99 if you like it. Y'all make sure y'all like Candy's $1.99 and she contributed to the channel. Thank you, Candy. So, if you ever had someone start acting weird once you stop doing something, just put a 1 in the chat. Like if you let them, if you stop them from, you put some boundaries in place. No, you cannot call me at this time. Or no, I'm not going to cover for you at work anymore when you're late every morning. I'm not going to allow you to do that. My healing journey is not for me to come to work early so I can make sure you're okay. Nope, I'm coming to work when my work time starts, and I'm going to put some things in place in the morning that I can be getting out of the way before I come to work early because you want to keep being late. I need to be here early. That type of thing. It can be against anything, right? Let me see. Hey, Ambrosia, I get my chat. I'm late, but I now see you're on a good topic. Okay, Ambrosia, thanks for coming in. You're welcome, Candy said. So I said, thank you for your donation to the community, Candy. Okay, you have Ambrosia, Corey. Okay, Serena's welcome and Ambrosia to the chat. Yes, okay. So y'all know what that feel like. Y'all know what that feel like. They think that you're weird. And the only thing you're doing is trying to heal yourself. But when you become no longer a benefit to them, that is a problem, y'all. That's a problem. You're only a benefit. I don't know. You just have to recognize when you're just a benefit to someone. Okay, now B, your growth reminds them that they are stuck. Like, girl, you keep going to that gym, it's going to highlight as much as I'm not going to the gym. You keep choosing to eat this way. You stop fried food. You stop sugar. Okay, it's going to highlight. Every time I put a cookie in my mouth, now I'm going to be thinking about it. Right? So the growth reminds them what area they are stuck in. Okay? Absolutely, Ambrosia said, yes. People don't always like what they see within their own selves. They don't, or themselves. They don't see that, they see things that they don't like within themselves. And when you highlight that with doing something that they really may want for themselves, then they get, push against it. Because it may be an area that even if they think they should be working on it, they're not ready to work on it. Maybe I always tell people, you cannot think that just because you're ready to go in one direction in life, don't think other people have to jump on the bandwagon. You learned this in 2025. You decided to make this healing journey in 2025. Somebody decided to make this healing journey in 2000. So nobody messed with you for 25 years and said, here, bam, 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 you should be doing this. They didn't do that to you. You got your healing journey when you felt like you needed it. So when you go on your journeys, take your journeys by yourself. They're for you. They're not for anybody else. Somebody else's healing may never be in the area where yours is. So when you feel like you need to be healed, don't feel like how with the no meat situation, how I stopped eating meat. There's no way that I can think, okay, I stopped eating meat, that everybody should stop eating meat. No, somebody is thinking I'm eating chicken for protein till the day I die. I love me a steak. I'm going to eat a steak till the day I die. And they have all that right. Whatever your journey is for you as an individual, and it never has to be anybody else's journey. So we can't be pestering people about that. Like, we got to go on our journeys alone, be strong about that. And bro just said, thanks, Saret. Absolutely. And bro just said, hey, Jazzy. Jazzy said, hey, Gamma's World. When Larry sings, hey, when Larry sings, thanks for coming back. Saret said, see, your growth reminds them that they are stuck. Thank you, Saret. Jazzy said, hey, everyone in the chat. Let's cook. Oh, let's get with it. Okay, I'm thinking she cooked, she roast. Right. Okay. Hey, Chacal, you made it in. Everybody speaking to us say, Grandma has to always remind me of this. Oh, yes. Yes, because we just don't understand. Right, Candy? We don't understand why people just won't stop. Like, why won't you stop smoking? Why won't you? I don't understand why you just won't stop smoking. It's bad for you. This, and that. You cannot do that. Some people aren't going to smoke until they don't feel like they need healing in that area. They already know probably more information about it than you know. So just pushing because you stopped smoking 5 years ago, and now after you smoked for 20 years, you can't see how nobody else smoked. No. You can't just start getting out of your mess and thinking somebody want to come out of their mess. No, they may be happy in their mess. Like, leave them alone. Once they feel like they need to go through their journey, they will be more successful in that journey because it's the journey for them. Okay? Not for you. Not for you. It's not for you. It's individual. Okay. Okay, so when you start healing, it's like them holding up a mirror. So like we said, it's like a reflection. Like, you saying that you start going to eat right. Oh, it's like hold up in the mirror. You say that you want to start being places on time for work. You're not picking them up no more because whenever you go pick them up for carpool or whatever, they're always late. You ain't doing that no more. You don't want no bad attendance record at your job. And you say, I'm not going to be able to pick you up no more. You have to get to work yourself. It's a mirror. Like, ooh, I should be getting to work on time. Whatever it is, right? So it's like them holding a mirror up. People don't always like what they see when they hold up that mirror. And then maybe when they see that they don't like what they see, it should trigger a healing journey, but it don't always. They can sometimes just skip over that and just be like, oh, well, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. I'm going to find new places where I can benefit from somebody else's brokenness in this area that's like me, and then we can both be comfortable in that. And that should be good with both people. That person gets a chance to move on in their brokenness. That person gets a chance to go on their healing journey, and then everybody gets what they want. That should be just, to me, it should be simple as that. They feel guilty, Amber just said. Right, exactly. That could be one of those things that it might be guilt. Your peace can make their chaos even louder. Your peace can be quiet. You cannot say nothing. You can be making those changes. You don't want them to feel bad, so you don't say nothing at all. But the quieter you are, the louder the chaos is going to be about it. Because of facing the fact of either them wanting to do the same thing or the fact of you acting funny, like they said. Them feeling like you are actually acting funny. They actually feel like you acting funny. So if they feel like that, that brings chaos. What Larry C said, some of us are just so stubborn. Yeah, stubborn, guilty. All those things can be the reason. It can be a lot of different reasons. We are also different. It can be all kind of reasons. It can be different reasons. So that's why we have to worry about ourselves. Like, if we know our reasons, move with that, because you might have 20 other people with 20 different reasons. How you going to cope through all of that? You can't fix all of that. You can only try to fix you. That's it. Let me see. D, your peace can make their chaos even louder. Yes. That your peace can make their chaos even louder. Katie said, after I had family members that had cancer and they smoked, I promised to God to myself that I would not smoke, because you don't have to be a follower. Absolutely. For anything, you don't have to be a follower. You don't have to be a follower. Like, it's a lot of people that I watch, like my family members, they smoke cigarettes and they like chain smokers. And I'm like, dang, you would think when people get this old, like they would have all the information, they just wouldn't even desire it no more, because there's so much stuff going around on top of the stuff like that. But they just feel like maybe they were at an age where they were following somebody. And I just thank God that if I ever follow nobody or nothing, but if I ever follow somebody, thank God that in particular is not one of the things. And a lot of other things. I wish I could have followed some people to eat right all my life, all that kind of stuff. It could be anything, but when we have things that are not going to impact our lives in not such a negative way, we need to make sure that we're not following that thing. We got to make sure we are careful about what we follow. Katie said, true. Sweat said, they always think you're acting funny because you wanted to do different for yourself. Yeah, it is for you. That's what I'm saying. It's so individual. So I don't understand, like, if somebody wants to do something for themselves, if they care anything about you, they're going to, if they can't be a part of it, they're going to salute you in that and be happy. Like, when I got my divorce with my third husband, it was no animosity. I was just thinking, I just don't feel like we're compatible. I think you would be great for somebody that thinks like you. I don't think you're a bad person. So why Why do you think I'm acting funny because I just want a divorce and I'm just able to say, I don't think it's going to work. I don't think our, the way we think is enough alike to sustain a marriage. So, like, it was nothing. Like, he didn't have a fit about it. I didn't have a fit about it. Just to be able to clearly see that people have different journeys at different times and to respect that about each other, right? Let me see. So let's say, oh, wait, hold on. Hey, Mick Swagger, you came back. They feel like, I'm glad you came back, Mick. Mick said, they feel like they aren't doing what it takes to better themselves. Your improvement shines a light on their mishaps. That could definitely be true. That could definitely be true. Hello, Mick Swagger, Threat said. And Brody said, I think sometimes people judge you for things they assume. They judge you for things they assume you are thinking or doing and act accordingly. Yes, because they know if they were in your position, they be the one acting funny. So they just assume you're acting funny because I know if I was doing that, I probably would be acting funny. Exactly. So try to project those feelings over to you. And you ain't never said that you treat nobody like nothing. Absolutely. So instead of doing their own work, they try to pull you back into your old version. That sound familiar? Instead of doing the work themselves, if that's something they feel like they want to do, instead of doing that, they try to pull you back into that same version of the one that they were comfortable with. So they try to pull you back into the version of the person that they were comfortable with. So, like, go back. Now, I'm going to bring this. I know we used to eat this food in a restaurant together. You say you on a journey where you want to lose weight. Okay, then y'all roommates. I'm going to bring the food here. I'm going to get it to go so you can see what you're missing, girl. So those type of things. So they'll do something to pull you back in it. So that person that you used to carpool with that made you late all the time, so they might try to do something like, well, I wasn't able to get my ride together this week. You think this week you can pick me up? And then when you get there, they late again coming out the house. So they try to pull you back into that brokenness. Again. Let me see. Mick Swagger said, hey, the K-Pop's Rest said, yes, Ambrosia, I love this comment. Absolutely, yes. Misery loves company. Yep, that's what Rest said earlier. Kayla said, right. Okay, so is it anybody in the chat who's ever, like, have you ever been in a situation where you were in a healing journey and people said stuff like, oh, you going to therapy now? Oh, so you too deep for me now. Like, okay, you want to tell me about this and give me all this facts about this, trying to change my mind. So now you think you better. Have y'all ever been in a situation where people took that stance with y'all after you felt like you just wanted to make a difference in your life, or a healing journey that was for you? Has it ever? Let me know if that's ever happened to y'all. And then we're going to talk about healing breaks This is going to be C. Healing breaks unhealthy bonds. Yes, Candy said yes. Surette said, yep, sure have. So, C. Kayla said yes. C is healing breaks unhealthy bonds. Mick said we're highly judgmental of each other. It's like we always have to prove something, right? You got. I don't know if they come with age. I can't say that, but I never had no personality. My father really raised me. We ain't got to prove nothing to absolutely nobody. No proof. I've never went out of my way to prove anything. Like, you start saying something I think is totally wrong, before I prove it, it could be the most craziest thing. You might say I'm a man. And before I try to prove that I'm a female, I'm going to say, possibly. And I believe it like that. I don't feel like I have to prove anything. So that's where we go wrong right there, thinking that we have to always prove something. So let's say, my counting is wrong. What did I say? What did I say? Tell me what I said, Saray. You know I'll be finished with stuff once I say it. Oh, I said C? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I said C. It's C, not E. I'm sorry. C, healing breaks unhealthy bonds. Okay, so Caitlin said me too. I'll just let you talk. Yeah, you go ahead and talk. Like, whatever you think, what did somebody just call? They call, well, y'all know when I do my night lives, they call me some of everything. And I literally, I'm like, okay, only time I'm going to block you out of the chat is if you keep repeating the same thing. But if it's something that you just want to talk silly about, okay, all that, I think they say I look like something. And I was like, that's totally possible. I don't have your eyes. I could definitely look like that in your eyes. I'm not going to dispute how I look to somebody because it could be like that in your eyes. Who am I to say your eyes don't see that? I don't know what your eyes see. So I'm going to have to agree with you on that. I can see that being possible. And that's it. I don't have to prove it. Okay, so some relationships were built on trauma. It might have been, like I said, like when someone passed away. It could be like gossip about a certain person. It could be about negativity, like things that's happening in life. You know how some people are just like, everything is going wrong. I lost my job. I broke up in my relationship. You know, just like everything is just like always negative. It might be a mutual pain. Like in a maybe like if you're in a relationship, or maybe if you got hurt in a certain way, you went to a group and picked out a friend, and both of y'all are trauma bonding over that pain. Anything like that. When you start healing, that bond doesn't feel right anymore because it was not built on any type of peace. It wasn't built on any kind of peace. So therefore, when you want to stop going to the graveyard with the person, or when you want to stop gossiping and making every conversation about the gossip, or taking in all that negative energy about everything being wrong, like your mother, your father, your son, your daughter, like everything is wrong, everything. So when you stop doing that, it's going to be a problem. So that's going to give you the indication that this thing was not built on peace, because it's trouble in paradise just because I want to do this, or just because I want to do that. That will tell you if that relationship you had with that person, whatever kind of relationship, if it was true or if it was only built on some type of trauma. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get your comments. Caitlin said, me too, I'll just let you talk. Okay, yeah. Hey, Tasha. Shoot this for Tasha. Hey, my get my chat. Listening, driving. Okay, thank you. And bro just said, I learned a long time ago that I have nothing to prove to anyone. Yes, on this earth. People have an issue with me walking in that. Yes, I don't have to say a word at all. Like, everything is totally fine. It don't bother me for nobody to think nothing about me. It don't do nothing to me. So if you want to think it, that's you and your thoughts. I don't know. There's nothing I can do with that. Nobody can change my thoughts. Okay, McSwagger said, a relationship built on chaos can't survive the calmness. Oh, I love that bit. I love that. A relationship built on chaos can't survive the calmness. Y'all better say that to yourself one time right now. I love that. A relationship built in chaos is not going to be able to survive when things are calm, because that's what it's built on. Y'all ever heard of people having relationships, like intimate relationships, and they are always doing like arguing, fussing, and fighting, and then they get to an age and they don't want to argue, fuss, and fight no more? The relationship then ends because it was built on that. You were two people at the same time who enjoyed fussing and fighting. Now you don't want to fuss and fight no more. It's like, one person might be where they just feel like, I don't feel comfortable here no more. I was attracted to the fuss and fight. But you built it on a fuss and fight. Oh, I think that's a little bit what Mick is trying to say. Hey, my Sarah, Tasha said, oh, I like that. Right, Mick? Right, Sarah, was that good? Can I borrow it? You know, I'm looking like I need to screenshot that. I think I do need to screenshot it, though. I hope this, let me see if this phone. So, man, girl, the storage is messed up. Can you please screenshot it, Sarah, and send it to me? Because I want that. Okay, okay, so some people don't love you healed. They're just not going to love you anymore healed. Probably not even love you anymore when they see that you're healing. But once you get healed, they're not going to love you anymore. Not that they hate you, but the reasons why they loved you is no longer there. It's no longer there. So the love that they once had for you, they might always have a love for you, but they're not necessarily loving you healed. They loved you while you were hurt. So their love for you was centered around your hurt. Not what you being healed. That wasn't part of the equation. Like, while you were hurt, I was liking that about you. I was able to benefit off your brokenness. And now you're trying to heal? Like, that ain't gonna work. I don't love that about you no more. I have something not to love about you anymore, right? Because that's when they felt needed. That's when they felt needed, right? Like, when you did some of the things that they were doing, they were able to feel needed after that. So like, yes, you need me to do this. You need me to do that. You can't move like this unless it's, I'm a part of that. If you heal, you may be able to do those things on your own. And so that's the problem. You don't need them anymore. And then that's the problem. Okay. If you ever step back from like someone because the connection only worked when y'all were both struggling, like say both of you, your job quit, shut down, and it was a group of people who got laid off or whatever, and you start getting the number to that person, and y'all kind of bonded over the fact that you just got laid off, and like you are devastated because of that. You devastated together. You're living that same thing together. Like, that's when people just start to build those unhealthy bonds together. Bonds that will not survive the calmness, like Mick was saying, right? That's what I think, because the connection only worked when both of y'all were struggling off the job. When both of y'all was saying we waiting on unemployment. Both of y'all was saying I'm trying to get this new job. When both of y'all was having those same issues, then everything was all good. But now you found the job, or you put your bigger step forward, or for whatever reason you got it, then now the relationship may be different. Your conversation is not going to be over the devastation about not having a job anymore. So anything could be the situation with that. Let me see. Okay, Shula Ishwatasha said yes. Okay, so D is going to be healing forces boundaries. When you start healing, it's going to force somebody to have boundaries. It can be your child. Like if you start saying, I'm not getting ready to give this child everything, they're taking advantage. Every time they call me, I'm always there. They're never going to get a chance to like become an adult. That maybe they just turned 20, 21. They're never going to get a chance to become an adult if I continue to just jump when they want me to jump, right? So what do? You'll set boundaries. You know what? I'm going to agree to do this, and that, but when it comes to this, and that, I'm going to need for you to stand up and be able to handle that on your own because you're 21 or you're whatever, you're 30, whatever the age is. But stepping up when you decide to say, I don't want to be your punching bag for me to be the one, and you just keep calling and you'll drain me dry, and you're not trying to even make an attempt to get a job or anything. You have to like step up and set some boundaries for yourself. So healing is going to force you to have to set boundaries. Hold on, y'all. These stubborn comments are stuck up here. Hold on. Oh, wait. Okay. Thanks, Red, for sending me that screen recording. Okay. Okay, healing forces boundaries, Red. Yes. Okay, so a healed version of you says no. A healed version of you is going to learn how to say no. When you're broken, it's a lot of yeses. But when you start healing for yourself as an individual, and you see where you may need to make some changes to better yourself, there are going to be some no's that you're going to have to say. That's part of your boundaries. So the healing version of you says no a lot more. And for some people, that feels like rejection. Like you could have did something 50, 11 times when you was broken. Now you try to heal and you learn the art of saying no. Oh, so now it's a whole rejection. You rejected me. So then when somebody feels rejected, then they can take that personally. That gives them the permission to say they can take that personally because now you are rejecting them when it can have nothing to do with them. It can only be the healing journey within yourself. So now that you gave your child everything they wanted and now you're saying no, now they're saying, now you're rejecting me. And now you're going to be the worst mom or the worst dad in the world because now you're saying no. No matter, I don't care if you gave them $1 million. As soon as you say no, you're going to be the worst thing in the world. Because, oh my God, how dare you reject my request? Period. Let me see. But you're not being rude. You got to know that you're not being rude. Like, no matter what they try to make you feel like, they can't believe that you're doing that. You're supposed to be a parent, whatever the case is. No, that's not you being rude. It's not you becoming distant away from your child or any other situation that you want to give an analogy to. You're just not accessible the way you used to. I'm like still your friend. I'm still your mom. I'm still all that, but I'm not gonna be that accessible to you anymore because you are benefiting from my brokenness. And so therefore, I'm going to think about myself more because I think that you'll use me until you can't use me no more. And I don't feel good in this. And there's no reason for me to keep saying yes, 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 because you won't stop. You won't stop. And so I have to look deep within me, put myself on a healing journey, which is going to give me the strength I need to just simply say no. Okay? So boundaries are going to protect your peace, not people's comfort. So once you start getting those boundaries, that's only for your peace. They are not going to be comfortable in that. So you're not protecting their comfort. You're not making them comfortable with that. It's not boundaries like so everybody can be good. No, it's boundaries so you can be good. You're not going to be able to protect their comfort. Maybe if you're in a situation where somebody understands you, they want to embrace your journey, they want to be a part of your journey. Yes, all these things will be good for them. But if you're dealing with the person that cannot get with that, then you are not going to be able to worry about letting your peace be their comfort anymore. Then you have to move on. But hopefully, if you're in a situation like that, especially with family members or something like that, you will go ahead and put those boundaries into place. Let them know about your healing journey, and hopefully they'll support you in that. That's what you want to happen. That can happen. That definitely can happen. Oh wait, the comments is down again. Oh, this computer just okay. Candy said, yes, you're checking it off, 100, checking it off. Okay, good. So if y'all can drop in the chat, what's one boundary that you set that changed your peace level for the better? Have you ever been on any kind of healing journey for any reason and you set a boundary? What was that boundary that you set so that you can change your peace for the better? I'm going to say, like for mine, a boundary that I set is that, okay, well, it wasn't like a boundary for me. It wasn't a boundary, but what I had to put in my mind that my grandchildren are not my children. So, like, especially with this thing with them going to school, I had to literally, so that I can, probably had to put a boundary on myself, not on anybody else. I'll say that. I had to put a boundary on myself for how invested I was in their pure existence. So I had to put a boundary within myself so that I can change my peace level for knowing that I had no control over if they was going to school or not. Like I literally just stopped fighting. Like I've been fighting this thing for 2-3 years now. I don't want to fight about that no more. Let me dig within myself and see what the real issue is. The real issue may be my like really, I don't know, I got like this thing going where I don't want to be separated with them too much. And so I need to get with myself for that healing journey. Didn't have anything to do with the children. Didn't have nothing to do with the school. Nothing to do with my daughter. That was a boundary I had to put in place within me. And then my peace level began to be better. When I released that, then I didn't have it. I probably cried like a baby the first day it went. But then my peace level about it just really like start surfacing. So now I'm good. Now I'm good. Let me see. Everybody don't have the same level of accountability when it involves a relationship of any kind. That's true. That's true. But if you're on your own healing journey, you don't need their accountability. You only need yours. You just need to be accountable for yourself. And if you've chosen to have a healing journey, most likely you've already taken accountability for what is the issue in your life. So if they never want to take accountability, then they can't. Maybe they don't want to do it now. Maybe they want to do it 5 years from now. That's why you can't wait on it. You got to be on your healing journey now. Let me see. And bro just said I stopped answering every phone call at all hours. I stopped communicating with a toxic aunt. Okay, you set a boundary. That was your boundary. Okay. Let's see. Soraya said taking advantage of me, being a kind person. She said her boundary of saying no. Big Swagger said, it may sound crazy, but I had to stop being so helpful. People started to expect it to the point, if I said no, they felt disrespected to a degree. I can see that. Big. The reason why I'm going to say I see that, because, okay, when I first got divorced, like I told y'all, I didn't have no problem with my last husband. So, like, whenever I needed something, he knew I wasn't in a relationship right away. So, if I needed something, it's like, you need to come over here and do whatever. I did that for years, y'all. Like, literally, if I needed anything, I would call him for everything. And he could have had in his mind, Okay, you not gonna be able to just keep thinking that you can call me for everything. And so I had to get out of that. And so even though he never told me that, I did notice like sometimes he'll be like, I have to be at work at that time. It changed from, okay, he gonna do whatever he gotta do to make it happen, to, okay, she ain't gonna stop. So if I gotta work, I'm gonna have to tell her I gotta work. And so I was like, that's so right. Like I never thought it was right what I was doing. It's just that he was benefiting. I was benefiting from his brokenness probably. I don't know. I was thinking probably benefiting from my brokenness. I'm like how was it gonna get done? I had already been married before him, and then y'all know I've been married 3 times, and before him, I was so used to having a husband. How dare I shovel the snow? Or how dare I go get the oil truck? Whatever it was. So I had to learn that he had a right to put a boundary to that. He don't have to have a wife when he don't have a wife. He probably feeling like, girl, do you want a divorce or not? Okay, so if you want the divorce, then you have to start figuring some stuff out by yourself. And that was totally right. He was totally right about that. Sweat said, Miss Swagger, please join us tonight. Yeah, Mick, yes, Mick Swagger. Let me say this now for Mick, in case he might have to leave or something. Tonight we're having the men's room, and we're going to be talking about the why men. No, what is this? It's about the midlife crisis. I want to give you the right title. The truth about midlife crisis and men, or the truth about men and midlife crisis. So I hope you're able to come back at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. Okay, let me see. Caitlin said, me too, being the go-to person. Okay. K-Pop said, what time? Oh, no, K-Pop, what time? 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, Mick. Tasha said, yes, 2024 is when I enforce boundaries, minimize full access to me. Like at some point of our life, we're going to have to do it. Even if a lot of y'all may have already done it. Some of y'all are probably contemplating and figuring out how I'm going to do it. Some of y'all are in that space like right now. So you pick when your time is to feel like you need to do that for you. And that could be at any time, at any age. It's not an age on it. And bro just said I had to stop giving to people who didn't ask. I think I taught them to be ungrateful and entitled. Yes, I had to learn that some people are just takers. That's what they do. They'll always do it. And bro, you better say that. They will always do it. When you realize that you're dealing with a person that really has a personality, and they could go the rest of their lives doing this, because remember, it's not a journey they desire. It's just only a journey you desire. They could be that person forever, and you thinking, okay, this is getting old, but no, it's getting old for you. It's not getting old for them. So then that's why when you have to decide what boundary are you going to put in place so that you don't have to continue to be the benefit to their brokenness. Okay, what we would consider their broken. If you're trying to be healed from it, not saying they're broken in their world, they're broken in your world because it's an area where you desire healing. Okay. And bro just said when they can't take from you, they'll just go get the next person. It's no big deal for them. They hate to lose you. It's almost like a narcissist. They hate to lose you, but who's up next? They might be just for the minute where you might be causing an inconvenience where they can't have a benefit from you. But you can best believe 5 minutes later, just hold on, somebody else will take that place. That's for sure. And brother said, good job, Tasha. Tasha said she got it together. Hey, Blessing. Tasha said she got it together last year. Hey, y'all. Hey, Blessing said. Tasha said, yes, Ambrosia, the weight of being a giver is heavy. Okay, everybody is speaking. Okay. So I'm about to do 5 quick reminders about what we talked about. 1, protect your energy. Protect your energy at all costs. You better protect your energy, right? And whatever that looks like for you. You know, when you said that's your individual boundaries, you feel like you have to set in place in whatever situation you try to heal from, but protect your energy. You don't owe anyone an explanation when you start doing this. You literally don't owe anybody. Maybe if like you married, like if you're married, you gotta share a household. I can see sharing your journey and where you feel like you need to be healed, and I'm hoping that person will understand that and love you enough to like try to help you along that journey. But other than that, anybody else who you know is only benefiting from your brokenness anyways, you don't owe no explanation at all. Let me see. Mick said, what I had to learn is people don't think like me. Exactly. They don't take what I don't need. Let me see. I don't take what I don't need. Some people take even when they easily don't need. Yes, exactly. People don't think the same about that. And the more we learn that there are different kind of people, and there's so many people in the world, just because you meet someone doesn't mean they're going to think like you. Only time is going to tell how both of you think. And when you realize, okay, we don't think the same in that area, it's up to you to make a change and say, oh, okay, this is not a healthy situation for me. So, right, Mick, when you find someone in your like relationship or friendships or a family member that will just that you know for yourself that you're a giver, and you know that they will take it regardless if they need it. When you're saying you're a giver, you're not saying you want to give it just to throw. I don't care if it's time. It don't mean I want you to monopolize all my time, but if you need the time, I'll give it to you. It's not for you to just take my time and play with it. Like, not for you to play with it. I just want to, like, if you need it, give you the time. So, yes, I totally understand that. Okay, so, move quietly sometimes. You don't need to announce every step. Every step does not need to be announced. Like, I don't know how you would do that. Like I said, if you're in a house with a husband or wife, they kind of like need to know what direction their household is going in. But anything else, you can move quietly. It ain't got to be out loud. This is for you. Long as you set your boundaries, you can know that could be between you and your God, and then you can keep it like that and not have the distraction of the interference of somebody else's intake on it, right? So move silently sometimes, and don't announce every step that you're trying to make in your healing journey. Blessings, unfortunately, it's very just breaking. Wait, unfortunately, it's very just breaking when you try to help that person. From my past experience, I've learned to let go and let them want the help. Yes, exactly. Let them want it. A lot of times when you see people and you care for people, you jump in front of them and want so much for them. But if they don't want it for themselves, it's kind of like senseless. Oh, blessing meant to say heart. It's very heartbreaking. Okay, I got you. I got you, blessing. Tasha said exactly, my God. Giving isn't always financial. Yeah, it could be anything. It could be money. It could be time. It could be possessions. It could be your heart, your feelings. Like if you don't need nobody to really feel for you about nothing, you know you're not seeing. Like, you're in a relationship and you really know that you're not in this for nobody to really feel the kind of way about you. You just try to have like a casual relationship. Then you need to tell somebody that, because you don't want to just have people giving you their feelings, giving you their time if you're not really desiring that. That's not your desire. Try to come and see where you can meet to where your relationship can be where you're getting what you need and they're getting what they need. If it doesn't work, no, it's okay to separate. The third one is respond, don't react. You're not trying to react to things. You are trying to respond. Okay? Let your peace speak for you. Let your peace speak for you. Your mouth be saying a lot of stuff that can be misinterpreted. You might not have the right vocabulary, or they might have a different interpretation of what you're trying to say. But if you let your actions speak, that'll be loud enough. I believe that's loud enough. 4, stay around people who want to grow. Healing loves company. You know, we said a couple times in the chat, misery loves company, but healing loves company too. Because a lot of times when people go heal, they start to feel isolated. Like if they have a family and then they're doing something different than a lot of the family members that they hung around did, they start to feel like, if I make this change, then I'm going to be isolated in that, because I'm going to have so many people against what I'm trying to do that, like, say if you have a family, when you get together, you drink all the time. And you say, I just don't want to drink no more. I don't want to drink no more. I don't care about being around my family, but I don't want to drink no more. And like right now, I don't want to be around people who are drinking a lot. So say you said that. Okay, so that means you want to be around people who don't drink. If it's a trigger for you, it might not be a trigger for you. If it's a trigger, you might not want to be around the family to that degree. If it's going to be a trigger, you know that's something you want on your healing journey. So you got to just like pick what things you'll be strong enough for, but you can always know that you can stay around people who want to grow, because healing loves company too. People who are on the healing journey love to grab onto the next person who's on the healing journey, because they feel like you understand what I'm going through, even if it's about different situations. Okay, make sure. I just want to make sure I got all the comments on that. Okay, the 5th one is celebrate your progress, not perfection. Healing isn't pretty, but it's worth it. So don't start thinking that you're going to perfect a healing journey. I don't think that, I don't know, I don't think I would be able to perfect a healing journey, any kind of healing journey I would be on. Like with my son, I'm never going to be able to perfect getting healed over that. There is no ending to being healed over that. So therefore, I just want to celebrate the progress in it, and I don't have to stay focused on it being perfect. Like whatever the perfect would be for that, I don't know. But I can just know that I'm progressing. Like at a time when I first started my channel, the sheer mention of him would mean, oop, let me turn off the camera, because then I'll be shedding tears, get myself together, get back on the camera type of thing. Now I can just talk about him and not shed a tear. So I feel like that's progress, even though it's not always perfect. It don't always go like that. But I feel like it's progress in the situation. So, if thinking, I want y'all to think about something that y'all, is there anything that you did like recently to protect your peace? Is it a phone call you didn't take? Is it a gathering you said you wouldn't be able to make it to? Is it something that you've done lately to protect your peace? And peace don't always have to be no. It don't have to mean that you have to be saying no, but it can be anything like to protect your peace. Did you take more time out for yourself with something or anything? So y'all can put in the comments if y'all did that lately. Squeaky said, hello, got my minds in chat. I hope all is having a happy Monday. Blessings to you all. Yes, I have to watch this from the beginning. I love it here. Okay, yeah, Squeaky. Make sure you catch the replay, okay? And okay, so like the truth is that some people love the version of you that tolerated the things that they are not ready for. The healed version that requires accountability. Y'all get that? Some people love the version of you that tolerated things. Like when you tolerated them, like doing some of the things that they were doing, you tolerated that. Like you're in a relationship and you tolerated your spouse doing this. You tolerated it. You kept tolerating it. So they love that version of how you were so forgiving and you allowed this to go on over and over again. So they start to love that version of you. They're not ready for the healed version that requires some accountability of where they stood in that. Like if they never came home at night, and if you try to put a boundary up, and my healed version is not going to allow you to do that no more. They don't like that, because then that requires me being accountable for not being here at the time we agreed on. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Swagger says, sometimes healing is learning to process your trauma. Yes, in some cases, the trauma will always be there, but how you react to it is the healing, or how you respond to it is the healing. And bro just said, celebrating progress is something you should work on. Okay, I think that's a form of self-love. I think so too, Ambrosia. I like the way you said that. I think so too. So let me see. Sorette said, hello, Squeaky. Great information is live was given. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we're not doing this to prove anything. Like when you start doing your healing journey, that's what I was saying. Like it don't have to be like a big grand announcement, because you're not trying to prove anything to anybody. A lot of times when we say things out loud, it's because it's some kind of proof we're trying to, get out to them so you can prove what you're trying to do or whatever. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. Your healing is for your peace, your freedom, your future, whatever you have in place. It can literally not have anything to do with that person. But like I said, it would be a great thing if your healing journey bounced off into the people that you really love, and they could get on that with you. And that happens a lot. And then you do that together. But just be prepared if it does not go that way. If it does not go that way, then you can use this information to get yourself back on track and be able to recognize and acknowledge what you really are seeing. You ain't got to be confused about what you saw. Like, did they just throw shade? Ask me if I'm going to therapy. Like, yeah, I'm going to therapy. Like, they have a situation about that. But then the next person is saying, you going to therapy? I want to go with you. So you got to know who you're dealing with. Okay, Squeaky's going to watch it from the beginning. Okay. Okay, so yes, that it reflects their accountability that they have to make in that situation. We're not doing this to prove. We know we're not doing this to prove anything. And not everybody will be clapping for you in this thing. So don't think that just because you decide to say you want to lose weight, everybody's going to clap for you with that. Somebody is not going to clap for you with that. So that's a clap for you about that situation or any situation. You have to be prepared not to need zero claps but your own. Long as you are clapping for yourself, you don't need a soul to clap for you. So if like you had some kind of trauma about your parents not doing this or that, and you need for their approval because they never showed approval, like when you were younger or something, ultimately you don't need your parents' approval. You don't need that clap. You only need your clap, okay? So just work on your clap. So that's all I got really for this topic, y'all. So if this resonated with y'all make sure that y'all come back and hit that like button, that hype, not like button, y'all hit on it now. If you want to replay, hit the hype button, the like button. But I want y'all to make sure y'all come back. After live videos, the hype button is not automatically offered. I don't know why they do that, because half the time people are not going to remember I don't know. I remember, but that's because I'm a content creator. A lot of subscribers are not just going to remember to come back to a live and say, oh, let me go hype that video up. But if y'all can write it down, a little note or something, when YouTube processes this video, you can go to the comment section of the live after it's over and swipe left, and you'll see an opportunity to hype. If you have not already used your 3 per week that YouTube gives you, I'm going to ask you if you could please hype this video up. I appreciate it. Then, like I said, share it with someone that you know that might benefit from it. Then I want to make sure I, again, invite everybody back for tonight at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time for the men's room. We're going to be talking about the truth about men and midlife crisis. So we're going to, and that wasn't my topic. That topic was Friday night. Somebody, I can't remember the name of the person. I almost want to go on my transcript, find out who said it. It wasn't my topic. They wanted to talk about it. So whoever that was, I hope he is going to be here tonight for that discussion. But nonetheless, I told y'all in the beginning of this live, a lot of things that if I feel like I don't know, it bothers me not to know about things. So if I don't know about something, I am going to go find out about something. And when I find out about something, it drives me to want to get the information and share the information. I don't rest until I can tell somebody about it. So therefore, I got the information. He wanted to have that topic. I went and got the information on it. And so the information I think that we would like on this channel, I'll say. And then we'll be talking about that. And hopefully we'll have the men in the room so that they can get on the topic with us. Now, I just got to work on how to work these banners on StreamYard. I hope it won't be too hard. And I hope I have time to figure it out before, because I am going to have the banner up. So, if you guys will come back then and kind of chime in. I need the females here too, because remember, we have the men's room because we want the females of the channel to definitely come and support them and their thoughts, opinions, and outlooks on different topics that we have for them. And then we talk to you too, because not only do we want to have those topics, we want to make sure that we have the information that we can support them in after we get the information from them, that what they need, and the research I've done, that we can have tips on how we can help them with that, right? I will most definitely hype it up. Thank you. Oh my God. It's only 3 per week per subscriber. Yes. And then again, just reminding y'all, it's Vlogtober, so I will be coming live every day. Lately, I've been coming anywhere between 1 to 3 times a day, because I've been doing a nighttime networking live when really late, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So that one is just, I don't do topics over for those lives. I kind of just tell people about the channel and, chat with the people in the chat, and just network, get to know them so they can get to know me and become a part of my community over here. So if you're on this live, make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Everybody in the live, make sure you like. It's 29 people, 10 people, so it looks like everybody could have liked it by now. And then if you have a comment later about this subject and you want to drop it in the comments after, you can always do that. But thank y'all so much for coming in. I appreciate y'all. And hopefully I'll see y'all tonight at 6 o'clock. If y'all can't make it right back like that, I know I ran them kind of close, then if you can try to catch a replay, that'll be good. And if you know any males or anything that are in that age group, or even if they're younger, so they can get some information about what will be happening to them when they get that old, or somebody might be dead smack in the middle of it, they'll understand what's going on with them. Hopefully it'll be more clear in that live. I'm going to catch the replay. Everyone have an awesome day. See you in the community. Okay, blessings. Thanks for sharing with us, Gamma. This was a great conversation. Good. Okay, thanks, Red. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great afternoon, okay?